damaging a knee on the opening day. Commentary here from Tony Gubber.
Derby just short of players and support for the moment. Kept in play by Sturridge, out by Southgate. Here's one shot, maybe to strike from deep. Oh, an excellent strike! Somehow Mark Bosnich managed to fumble it out, but it had real venom. And the Aston Villa goalkeeper, who's kept 5 clean sheets in 6 games this season, with an early test. Lee Hendrie letting it run. Bohinen. Oh, that falls to Paul Merson. He's going to run Hoult. Villa on top of the Premiership with 14 points. Take the lead against second place Derby County after 14 minutes. 1 or 2 fortunate ricochets which ultimately gave possession to Paul Merson. But the man who's back in the reckoning as an England international made no mistake when it was the one-on-one against Russell Hoult. Merson's second goal since joining Aston Villa from Middlesbrough. Not a flicker of emotion on the face of John Gregory. It's his first full season in charge of Aston Villa, and he's taken them back to the top of the Premiership for the first time in 5 years. And here, a goal up against the second place side. And here's Joachim again. They've got the Derby defence backpedaling. Here's Lee Hendrie. Merson's made a good run forward. Hendrie! The shot was blocked by Jacob Laursen, although the Dane had turned his back on it. Well, 17 years of age, and Gareth Barry winning plaudits and deserving them. One chop. Well, he's got a corner signalled by Steve Dunn. And there's not been many smiles lighting up the face of the Costa Rican this afternoon. Mostly he's been in dispute with teammates who haven't been providing the service that he really wants. Just under 9 minutes gone in the second half. With Derby's corner. Out by Southgate. It's Daryl Powell. Bohinen. Bohinen, the whistle stayed silent because Derby were in possession. Good challenge by Lee Hendrie. That hit Steve Dunn, and somehow it finds its way to Joachim, who tries to run Kozluk. There's no support for Joachim. He's got a corner. Villa's first corner of the second half, taken by Alan Thompson. Alan Wright knew where Lee Hendrie was. Gets away from Lee Carsley. Out to Alan Wright. Chance of a cross. That's a good one. Thompson. Gets the better of Delap. Thompson into the 6-yard box. It was the effort of Julian Joachim which hit the chest of Russell Hoult. There was a lot more for Joachim to aim at. Daryl Powell out to Delap. Really is end-to-end at the start of this second half. Sturridge scrambling to keep possession. Delap. Well, there wasn't that much sting in it. Bosnich just pushing it over his crossbar. More of a fumble than anything by Villa's keeper. It looked like a simple enough catch, but it's brought Derby corner. 12 minutes gone in the second half. Bohinen to take it. This time it does stick. Here's Alan Wright. Merson to Gary Charles. Spencer Pryor's header only as far as Merson. Alan Wright. Here's Lee Hendrie. Alan Thompson. There's a bit of space for Thompson here. And that trusty left foot. What a shot he's got in that boot. It may have taken a slight deflection. If not, there was a wicked swerve on it. And a fine one-handed save by Russell Hoult.
We're happy with the 3 points they'll do us every week. I think they come today to maybe spoil it a little bit, stop us playing, and I think they've done quite a good job at that. So I think overall we're delighted with a 1-0.
Why do you think it was that you were unable to kill the game off?
Well, we're playing well enough, but again, what I said, we're not firing on all cylinders really. The amount of chances we are creating, that's the most important thing. We are creating chances. We need to stick them away, and we know that. You know, we were very sound last week at Leeds, a battle of the defences, you might say, but we had a chance right at the death. And these are chances that you're looking to put away. But as yet, we're not quite there. But that's room for improvement, and there was no need for coaches and managers if there was no room for improvement.
We saw one chap complaining quite a lot at the sort of service he was receiving. Was that where it fell down for you? Do you think the ball up to him?
No, I don't think he complains too much. I think he wants to look at himself a little bit and maybe move a bit more, and he might find the ball. We did kick it too long, in all fairness, in the first half, because it was not so much the defender's fault. That was the only ball on. The midfield didn't do the job, I didn't think, in the first half, to want to receive the ball. And obviously we hit it a little bit too long, and that wasn't a plan. It was as they saw it out there, and it was, once we went one down, I felt that the midfield just disappeared a little bit, and we couldn't get the play going. But credit to them, in the second half they did that, and as I say, I felt that they were a bit unfortunate not to get something out of it.
But Villa stay top. Derby remain in second despite losing to them. Newcastle move into third. Leeds move up 2 places to fifth. They and Villa are now the only unbeaten clubs in the Premiership. No change at the bottom. Coventry and Blackburn picked up just single points today. Southampton will still be looking for their first win when they play at West Ham on Monday. And Forest dropped 4 places to 6 after their third defeat in 4 games. Well, man of the day this week? Pick anyone you like, except him. Good night.
And Di has been sent off and has pushed down, flattened the referee. His career in English football could come to a very sudden end.
Charlie, there's a certain discipline, you know, when we're doing it. When that red light goes on, you stop the Charlie George show and you let me get on with mine. Welcome back to Charlie and me. Now we turn to the meeting of the top premierships. Top 2, indeed, Aston Villa and Derby County. Few would have predicted that scenario at the start of the season. Villa welcomed back their £7 million record signing Stan Collymore after injury, but he had to be content with a place on the subs bench. Paul Merson again partnered Julian Joachim up front. Derby were without injured skipper Igor Stimac. Horacio Carbonari passed a late fitness test. Derby hadn't won at Villa Park in 10 years, and that poor run was about to continue.
Well, in these days of multinational squads and talk of multinational takeovers, it's amazing that we'll end the second month of the season with one of 2 largely British-produced clubs topping the table. Villa looking to equal their best post-war unbeaten start to the season. Derby seeking football leadership of England for the first time since November 1975. Well, the boast for both success stories has been sound defence. Villa have conceded just 1 goal, Derby 2. Odds you would imagine high for a 0-0, but history in this fixture, that has occurred just once. Sturridge supports. his pop of a player, Dean Sturridge. Tempting cross, but Wonchop hadn't quite joined the attack. Here he is now, lurking with intent. Oh, great save by Bosnich. Well, one word to describe Paolo Wonchop is unfathomable. Really then, he should have been joining the attack for the cross from Sturridge. He was 35 yards out, and what a shot which stung the fingertips of Mark Bosnich. Carsley. He's looking for Kozluk, the right wing back, who's well forward, leaving a slight gap in the Derby defence. Last Behinen gets in a bit of a tangle, and the ball is given to Merson. Straight run at goal. Player of his quality should score. No doubt about it. A Derby defence bearing gifts. Paul Merson was allowed a straight run at goal. And he's a pretty single-minded character in those situations. The Derby defence left flat-footed. Goalkeeper narrowed his angles, but Merson's been in that situation before. Howe. Sturridge. Turns around Ehiogu. Gets around Ehiogu. Gets deep into the heart of Aston Villa. Well, there's a bit more spirit in the Derby County approach now. Wonchop turns Ehiogu. Oh, great shot, great turn. And it came off an Aston Villa player somewhere along the way. Well, a huge smile on his face, but he brings a smile to fans around the country with his antics. Wonderful shot on the turn. Right to Hendrie. Second goal for Villa surely would kill Derby off. Right cross. Goalkeeper doesn't know whether to come or to stay. Ball finds its way to Thompson. Thompson fires it in. Oh, the goalkeeper's very fortunate to make the save from Joachim, who turned himself inside out to apply a touch to that. Hoult was beaten and was blessed. The ball bounced off his club crest and back into his hands. Barry gets there again ahead of Sturridge. Delap with a shot. Oh, and it takes an awkward little diversion in the air. Rory Delap has a bit of power, but it wasn't the kind of shot which should have slipped through the grasp of Mark Bosnich. Behinen's cross. Bosnich comes and screams and produced a fantastic punch, which has assisted Julian Joachim on a run. You can catch him when he's in a mood like this. Inside he goes. Joachim! Merson takes it off him back towards Joachim. And Derby somehow get the ball away. Well, what a goal that would have been. From a goalkeeper's punch to a 40-yard run from Joachim, a back heel from Merson. And it all ended in disappointment for Aston Villa. Right. Hendrie digs in there, gets the ball. Right to Thompson, he has space. He'll shoot from any distance. Oh my goodness, what a great swerving shot from Alan Thompson. Save was equal to it. Wow, that was Roberto Carlos-like. Time running out. Bayano, headed on by Wonchop, falls to Behinen, doesn't have enough space to steady himself, plays it back into the danger area. Collimore's first touch is a clearance. Carsley with a shot. Danger over for Aston Villa. Derby with 9 players in and around the Aston Villa penalty area. Villa with 11 players defending. Ball falls for Horacio. It's blocked by one chop, and Sturridge was offside anyway. Jim Smith was dreaming that he could take a team to the top of the table for the first time in his managerial career for 13 years, but it's going to remain just that, a dream. "95 minutes gone, but 95 minutes of ecstasy for the Aston Villa fans. Paul Merson scores his second goal for Aston Villa at Villa Park. It's enough to beat Derby County. It's enough for Villa to equal their best post-war run of unbeaten league games from the start of the season. More importantly, it increases their Premiership lead to 5 points over Derby County, 6 points over third place Manchester United as we end the second month of the Premiership season. A wonderful performance from Aston Villa. Their 16th win in 21 games under John Gregory. Villa Park, the place